It's been a few weeks. Yeah. You want to go first? Yes. Commander, please. And Eileen, out of respect, I will not make any references to the New York Yankees and what happened in Boston this past weekend. But then again, I think I just alluded to it, didn't I? Yeah, sorry. We snuck that in, Mr. Kozar. You know, I have a solution to it. The Mets and Yankees should just play each other because somebody's got to win, right? That's it. And somebody's got to lose, too. Good afternoon, everyone. I want to welcome all of you to the City Council chambers for this auspicious occasion. And I was reflecting on how long I've known the woman of the hour. In fact, it dates back to the 90s. Now we're really talking. So almost a quarter of a century. But this speaks to the level of dedication that she has shown to the children of Paterson. And I hope that people can look to you as an inspiration, that if they do want to be superintendents in school districts, that you can rise within the ranks and in your instance, break or shatter the glass ceiling. Round of applause. I mean, come on now. Especially the ladies. I mean, come on. We should have fed you. I could have had the Brownstone cater this event. But I know how far you've come and how far you've taken our district with you. And you're about to receive the highest honor that a mayor can bestow on any citizen. But in addition to being the chief executive officer, I'm also the parent of 3 children who are all in the Paterson Public Schools and who are excelling in the Paterson Public Schools. Because ultimately, it is about a foundation. I've seen it time and time again. The true testament to a leader's legacy is the foundation and what you leave behind for the next leader to ensure his or her success. And I read with tremendous pride what you said, because you're fond of using the phrase, together we can. Well, together we did. We did a lot. We never anticipated a once-in-a-century crisis and that you would be the superintendent that leads us through the pandemic in an uncertain time that created a lot of anxiety for students, wearing masks, separating from themselves, and trying to learn or learn virtually, learning to learn virtually. And then, I mean, since August, way back almost 25 years, it was, I think over 26 years, the state took control of our school district in 1991. And you are the superintendent that ushered in the new era for the Paterson Public School District and local control. And yesterday, I couldn't help but think Major League Baseball was at Hinchliffe Stadium. And hundreds of our school children benefited from the fact that MLB is investing in our future. And they learn how to pitch, they learn how to hit, and they learn how to field. Maybe the Yankees could have joined them for that kids' clinic. Sorry, I told you I would not make any references. But it just goes to show, like, as a partnership, we're bringing back a historic treasure that will give children in Paterson a chance to be a champion. So today we salute you for being a champion for our children. And at this time, someone who wants to express those same sentiments is a parent and a leader in the 5th Ward, our Councilman, Louis A. Velez. Okay. What does the A stand for?
Arlene, Achievement, Alliance, all the above. So, you know, I was out of the city this past weekend, but I read the email regarding the honorary that we were going to do today to you, Arlene. You faces a lot of challenges, and you have fulfilled and met the goals that the Department of Education in our city deserve. I'm not going to retract what I said in the council the other day when we was honoring you with the resolution. When you face it, local control, you brought it back to in-house, how I said. You face the pandemic situation. Not only that, way before, you created a safe corridors in our city regarding Kennedy, Eastside High School, with our Paterson Community Policing and the sheriff. You put food on the table when everybody thought, what are we going to do when they are in Zoom classes, and you put food on the table for all those children and seniors, because when you feed a kid, you're also feeding the seniors at the same time. My kids graduated Eastside High School. Ms. Johnson knows about this. Being a parent involved is the most tax that any parent in Paterson could have. Being involved in the education of our kids and knocking those doors when you have difficult times. And those doors are the leadership that you brought up in the Paterson Board of Education. You work with diverse commissioners. You sit down with them, you explain them how the process is. You work with the unions to make sure our teachers and administrators receive the best fair contract. You're going to be missed. You're going to be missed. Despite what everybody else says, we had a relation. And that relation goes on and beyond, because you departing means that you probably told the new administrator of the Board of Education, hey, Councilman Velez calls a lot. But, but that's a good thing. Being in a relation. The problem of the Board of Education is not only from the Board of Education, it's us too, as the leaders of government in the city of Paterson. It's the mayor's problem. It's everyone that want to get involved in education in our city. In behalf of the City Council, behalf of Council President Shahid Khalid, also Vice President Mr. Mendez, also Maritza Davila, and entire council, we salute you. Thank you, thank you. And I cannot leave this podium without saying, on behalf de todos los latinos, padres que están aquí en la ciudad de Paterson, te damos las gracias por traer currículo nuevo, por traer seguridad a nuestras escuelas y también darle la confianza a nuestros padres de que hay un liderazgo en la Junta de Educación. God bless you, God give you help and prosper in everything like you prosper from your heart. Dios me lo bendiga a todos. Thank you all.
All right. Thank you, Councilman. Thank you. Thank you. At this time, I want to call forward for remarks the Board President, Nikema Redmond. Commissioner.
Again, thank you, Mayor. Thank you to the City of Paterson and the residents of Paterson. As the Commissioner of Paterson Board of Education, Ms. Shafer took the realms, took the head, and just kept going and kept us to believe in us to move the children of the City of Paterson forward. At our last meeting, we made sure that we honored you, but we also took your sentiments of that you're leaving this district in the better, not from where you came from. When I say the better, you forced us to think outside of the box. You took us as commissioners to, during the pandemic when we were losing family members just like everyone else in the city, but you made sure that we stayed professional and made sure that our children was eating throughout the pandemic. Again, I know this is not a goodbye to you. You'll always be a staple in the City of Paterson. I can see that you're gonna form more relationships on your outside duties. So I wish you the best in your journey. And on behalf of the Board of Education, we wish you nothing but the best in health and prosperity in your journey. Thank you again, Ms. Shafer, and your cabinet that supports you. We appreciate all that you guys do. Thank you.
Thank you.
So I want to acknowledge also Commissioner Danya Martinez. Thank you for joining us. Do you want to say a few words? Okay. I want to dovetail on something our board president said, and it relates to retirement, which we know Eileen is far too young to retire and has far too many skills to retire. So she's not retiring, she's repurposing. Take some time off, take a breather, come up for some air, and then get right back into the game. And we know you will, because you have a lot to offer. At this time, we want to hear from a parent. How about that? Besides me and Councilman Luis A. Velez, we have with us a young man who's distinguished himself in the Sheriff's Department. We affectionately call him the commander. But he's a leader with the parent-teacher organization, and that is none other than Commander Robert Scott.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Cabinet members, Board of Education members, my councilmen, and all the members of Paterson Public Schools, and everybody out there. It's hard to put into words exactly the best way to talk about everything that our superintendent has done. Going away from even my role in law enforcement or my role in emergency management, there's so many things, even as a parent, because my kids come from Paterson. My kids grew up here. My kids are a part of this, so I am invested in everything that Ms. Shafer has allowed. And that goes beyond even during our disasters, making available international high schools so we can help people that are with us. That goes beyond the different programs that were implemented to help our youth and stuff that may be needed as far as making sure they had correct IDs. It goes as far as even as we try to do everything that we can to give back to the community. A lot of the stuff that we had and a lot of the stuff that we have done wouldn't be capable if we did not have a great relationship with our superintendent. There's no amount of words that I can say which will show the amount of accolades and the amount of appreciation that Passaic County Sheriff's Office, my current department, Passaic County OEM, anything that we can in the county of Passaic of what Ms. Shafer has done for everybody in the different constituents for Passaic County. And with that being stated, it's well-deserved, ma'am. And as a parent, as somebody who works for the public, I just want to thank you for everything that you have done, especially with bridging the gap between our kids, not my kids, not our community's kids, our kids working together and pushing forward a good working relationship with everyone. Thank you again, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Before we proceed with the presentation, I was only being semi-facetious when I said to Paul Brubaker that we miss him. We do. Thank you for helping us communicate with our community, especially during a crisis. So our loss is South Orange's gain, and Maplewood as well, right? There you go. 2 for the price of 1, Paul Brubaker. So what else can I say besides present this honor to the woman of the hour? What I can also say is that, Eileen, you can hold your head up high, knowing that you served our children with integrity, honesty, and dignity. Very admirable qualities for our youth to emulate. And I know very often people use the term, that's my partner in crime. We are not partners in crime. We are partners in progress. And so I'm proud to present the key to the city to my partner in progress, Eileen Shafer. You want to, let's go up in front. Jeez. Beautiful.
Well, good afternoon, Paterson. And thank you for taking the time to come here today and join with me. I'm gratefully humbled and appreciative of this honor. Thank you, Mayor, City Council members, Board of Education President and Vice President, Robert Scott. Thank you. From the many years I served the students of Paterson, it never crossed my mind that I would someday stand here in front of you holding the city's highest honor. I accept this honor, though, on behalf of my cabinet, who is here, my office staff, Elisa, Andrew, and his wife, Tiffany, because no one does this job by themselves. It's principals, and we have Dr. Serrano here. It's cabinet, it's office staff, it's everybody working together. The job is just too big for one person to handle. And then we now have our Board of Education with local control. So it's all of us working together for the benefit of the children of Paterson. When I came to Paterson 32 years ago as a supervisor, I wanted to be with the students every day to guide their development. But as opportunities became more available, I saw a potential that I could actually have a greater impact on the children of Paterson. So on my journey to this top seat at central office, I've been blessed to meet so many wonderful people that have taught me how to be a good leader. And a big part of being an effective leader is knowing how to listen. And throughout my tenure as superintendent, I made it a point to listen to parents, to staff, to unions, and their observations, and their praise and their criticism, which weighed heavily on every decision that we made. And in the end, what is best for the children of this magnificent city has always been my guiding light. I have never swayed from what was best for the children in Paterson. The greatest key any of us can be bestowed with is knowledge. It unlocks hidden potential and opens pathways to new possibilities. In a city like Paterson, with its wide-ranging socioeconomic and cultural diversity, effective public education is the best chance for our youth to attain a level playing field with our surrounding districts. And this is especially true for immigrant parents, for whom giving their children a good education is part of the American dream. As today is also International Refugee Day, as recognized by the United Nations, I want to point out that families fled from dangerous countries of origin and came right here to Paterson to enjoy safety and a stable education for their children. I'm proud to have been part in creating our city's modern public school district. Through the support and dedication of a team comprised of Board of Education members, my cabinet, school administrators, principals, faculty, parents, and students, I have been able to leave a solid foundation for others to build upon. From regaining local control, from emerging through the pandemic stronger than ever, to expanding programs, to restructuring our high schools, and increasing the number of graduates going to college. We have proven that Paterson Public Schools defies that negative stereotype of urban public education. We have changed the perception of Paterson. Even more so, this district has defined what is possible. So again, thank you all for sharing with this humble moment with me. Paterson will forever be in my heart, and may God continue to bless the children in Paterson and each and every one of you. Thank you.
It's worth noting that maybe you could take Eileen Shafer out of Paterson, but you can't take Paterson out of Eileen Shafer. And the next time we see each other will be this Thursday at the Brownstone, where we could celebrate your success, all your achievements, and your dedication to our youth. And then we'll see you next week. For the first time in nearly 30 years, high school students in the city of Paterson will receive their diplomas at Hinchliffe Stadium. Thank you for being a partner in progress. Congratulations, Superintendent Eileen Shafer. Thank you. Our choreographer, Louis A. Velez, would like to take a group picture. Mr. Kozar, glad you're not wearing any Dallas Cowboys paraphernalia. Oh, you got socks on? Oh my God, there's 2 fans? The last time the Dallas Cowboys won a Super Bowl, we were watching VCR. Beta 8-track. Director Hector, thank you for joining us.
Balance over here. Balance, okay.
Yes, please. Yeah. And Eileen, News 12 was going to be here, but a tree fell on someone's house in Hawthorne, so I'm kidding. That's what they do. If a tree falls on somebody's house, they go there.
Come around here. One more person. They do. No?
Commander. Okay, all right. Commander. Took a cheap shot at the Cowboys. I didn't do it for you. Well, you might take it. Whoa.